Hey girlies, it's Tammy. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're just going to be putting on some makeup, using some new stuff, some old stuff, and just having a good old catch up. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and start with foundation. So I got this foundation from Boots called No. 7 Restore and Renew Serum Foundation SPF 30. It's a little bit too dark for me, so I'm going to mix it with a drop of the Catrice HD Love Liquid Coverage Foundation. I mean, the shade is okay, like it's just a little bit too dark overall. You know when something's blended all over the face, it just looks a little bit too dark. And I'm just gonna take like a drop of the lighter shade to just mix it in. But yeah, how have you guys been? I miss talking to you guys in the comments and stuff. I recently took like 2 weeks off social media completely because, like I said, life was definitely life-ing, but I'm past that now, thank God, and we just move. But once you've taken 2 weeks off like that straight, it's so hard to get back into the swing of work. Like, have you guys ever taken a long period off your job and then when you come back you're like, what do I even do? Like, how do I do this job again? So yeah, now I'm back on YouTube. I'm gonna try my best to be as consistent as I can, but honestly, YouTube feels so foreign to me right now. It's like, what do people even like to watch on YouTube? Because now when I watch YouTube, I watch like book reviews and stuff, because when I was away, I got into reading and I've really fallen in love with like book reviews and booktubers and book talk and all of that stuff to do with books. So I'm like totally out of the loop when it comes to makeup videos. But I did recently catch up on all of the new releases and I picked these up from Beauty Bay. So Beauty Bay released okay, so how do I explain this? If you've seen the Beauty Bay collection, you know what I'm talking about, but they have these shade selections but in different size palette options. So they have the 9 pans, they have the 16 pans, and then they have like a large 40, is it 32, something like that, big palettes. So out of the three, I prefer the 16 pans because I feel like you get a good mix. It's not too humongous where you have so many shades to choose from, but it's not too small that you're limited. So yeah, the 16 pans are the ones that I decided to buy. How gorgeous are these shades? So this one is Midnight, right up my street. If you know my color scheme, this is definitely it. Then we have Berries, which is the pinky, you know, magenta type of palette. Absolutely stunning. And then the one I'm planning to use today is this one called Earthy. It's the Gorgeous Greens. I have used this already, but I want to use it again because I feel like I haven't used greens in forever. And also it'll match the green in my shirt. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into it. These, I hope the camera is picking up just how stunning these shimmers are. Like, they're so glittery and glistening-y, I think that's the word. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with my Plouise eyeshadow base. I want to do a halo eye, so I'm going to start off with the darker green, this one here, and it's called Ivy. And Ivy I'm going to plop into the outer and inner corner. Unfortunately, I don't have my zoom lens on my camera today, so I'm going to have to just film from this angle. So pigmented. Like, Beauty Bay is definitely one of my favorite affordable eyeshadow formulas. Like, the color payoff for the price is just insane. I can't remember how much I paid for these palettes, but it wasn't expensive at all. Let me check online. Yeah, they were £10. £10 for 16 amazing eyeshadows, like absolute bargain. But if you do want to get the smaller ones, the 9 pans are £6.50, and then the extra large one, if you want the really big size one, is £23. So super affordable, and the quality of Beauty Bay I just absolutely love. So to blend that out, I'm gonna take, I feel like I want to run a little bit of this green into the crease and then right up by the brow bone, maybe like this minty one here. So first starting with a little bit of Shamrock right on the edge of the darkest green. I just want to add the tinge because this one's more of like a warmer green, and I want to add a little bit of warmth to the crease. It's just right on the edge, not carrying it too far up. I haven't spoken and done my makeup in like basically a month, guys. This is so foreign to me right now, but we move. And then on the edges of that, I'm gonna go in with this light kind of pastel minty green, and below that right up by the brow bone, just gentle circular motions, blending it all together. Brush is so small and precise. It's from the Spectrum X Katie Jane Hughes, and it's the 17 brush. Like, it's so good for blending because it's so small but really nice and fluffy. Then going back into Shamrock, which was that green that I put in the middle, and just re-intensify that through the crease so we don't lose the warmth of that green. One more dab with the deep dark green, just making sure that's still nice and intense on the corners. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye, and then I'll come back so we can pick a shimmer. Okay, so the last time I used this palette, I used this goldy green, and it's absolutely stunning on the eye. So I think what I'm going to do today is take this one, which is a little bit darker and a little bit more cool toned. And it has this gorgeous golden shimmer running through it as well. Beauty Bay shimmers are just outstanding. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the center of the eye. No glitter glue because I don't feel like they need it. They're just so glittery and foily even without it. So I'm just going to dab that straight onto the center while a police van goes past. There's been so much crime in my area lately, guys. It's actually scary because someone stole my fiance's bike from our garden. Literally felt like a violation. You know when you feel like someone's been in your space, in your stuff? Like, anyway. And then I was in a Uber on the way home one time, and this guy lived in my area, and he was telling me how he was standing outside of his car playing with his dog or something. The car was running because it was charging the battery, and someone literally jumped in his car while he was there and drove the car. But while he saw the person start to drive the car, he tried to jump in front of the car and the person ran him over. I was like, yeah, maybe it's time I start looking at new areas to move to because this is getting scary. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna take a little bit of that Shamrock shade again and just use that to blend in between the shimmer and the dark outer V. But yeah, like I said, while I was away, I definitely got back into reading because I used to be a big reader when I was in high school. I used to go to the library like every week and take out bare books and just read a ton. But then obviously I had kids and life, and I just kind of even forgot books were a thing. But yeah, I got back into reading because I found Book Talk on TikTok, which is basically where people just recommend books and read books, and it's like a whole community. And I kind of got so sucked up in the makeup world that I forgot that there's other communities aside from makeup. So yeah, if you are a reader, leave me any recommendations of like your favorite book that you read in the past 2 years or so. Let me know. Not that I need to pick up any more books, because ever since I've rediscovered my love for books, I've probably purchased close to maybe 50 to 60 books. I think I have an addictive personality. When I like something, I love it. Do you know what I mean? Like when it comes to makeup, when I liked it, I loved it, and I bought like everything I can get my hands on. And now I'm the same with books. Like I'm just a very addictive person. Anyways, for concealer, I'm going in with the KVD concealer. I don't remember if I've used this on YouTube, but this is like kind of new, and I've used it once before and I liked it. So this is Tan 169 and Tan 162. Let me swatch them for you. So that one's Tan 169, kind of like my foundation shade, and then that one's Tan 162. I'm going to take Tan 162 underneath my eyes, and the doe foot of this concealer is actually so nice. I love that kind of angle. It's really soft and smooth underneath the eyes. The concealer itself feels liquidy, but it doesn't feel runny or anything like that. Just cleaning up the outer edge because I don't want the green mixing with my concealer. But yeah, I think I've used this once or twice before, and I really love the coverage. I love how hydrating it is as well. It does kind of self-set, but not super matte. I don't know what's been going on, but I've been using retinol underneath, like retinol all over my face at nighttime, and my skin has gotten so kind of dry that I can't really use mattifying products anymore. Even matte foundations, I kind of have to mix them in with a hydrating foundation because my skin just kind of dries it out, or the product kind of dries out my skin. That's what I meant. Just gonna blend that underneath my eyes, but you guys can see like the coverage is flawless. However, me personally, I would prefer a brighter shade just because I do like to go really bright underneath the eyes. So I'm just going to go in with another layer, and I think this time I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. I mean, it is brightening enough, but me personally, we all have our makeup preferences. I do prefer more of a brighter under eye. Overall, the concealers that I've been reaching for lately have been the Pat McGrath concealer, the Juvia's Place concealer, absolutely amazing, or the HNB Cosmetics concealer. Those have been my go-to every single day. And then even then, I have a whole drawer full of concealers that I don't even touch. So yeah, there's just no reason for me to purchase a brighter shade of this, but I do enjoy the formula of this. Like you can see how flawless it is underneath my eyes. The coverage is really nice. It blends nicely. It is self-setting, like I said, but it's not super drying. But yeah, that is how the concealer looks. Let me know, have you tried this? Because I know it's been out for a little while and it was doing its rounds on TikTok. TikTok. Before I go ahead and set, I'm going to use this cream blush stick. It's actually a cheek and lipstick from Rem Beauty, which is Ariana Grande's brand. I got this yesterday or the day before. Look how gorgeous this orange is. It's in the shade Leading Lady. Super pigmented, perfect for deeper skin tones. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to my cheeks. They do have other shades, of course, but this is the one that, you know, caught my eye because I love an orangey blush. I know it looks like a lot of blush, but because I'm going to go ahead and set on top of it with my powder, it will settle into the skin more, but it melts into the skin beautifully. Don't worry about it. I know it looks like a lot of product. And for people that are not into blush, they're probably thinking, what the hell, you look like a clown. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I'm going to tap over where it meets the concealer and kind of blend them, mesh them together. And yeah, I just think this cream blush stick is beautiful, especially if you are darker skin and you've struggled to find cream blushes that are pigmented enough to show up on your skin tone. This is beautiful. So I don't have any new setting powders, so I'm just going to take my usual concoction, Huda Beauty Banana Bread and Maybelline Fit Me in medium dark, medium deep, and press that in underneath my eyes. I think setting powder and concealer are my favorite steps. Oh, and eyeshadow. I do love a good eyeshadow. But when it comes to like being satisfied with a makeup step, I think it is setting. I love seeing something go from like shiny and dewy to like matte. It's just so satisfying. Let me know down below, what is your favorite like makeup step? Like what is your favorite, not only to do, but like to see? I do love a good eyeshadow blend, but something about setting my under eye, just, I love it. Also, I can't do this video without talking about these because I've fallen in love. This is the only powder that has replaced my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder in my touch-up bag. So when I go out, I take a touch-up powder with me because I have oily skin. And this is the only powder I found that is as flawless as the Charlotte Tilbury one, and it's affordable. Sorry, my neighbor's birds are just going crazy right now if you can hear any squawking or whatever. But yeah, you can see how dirty this one is because I literally just take it in my bag. It's affordable, it's Rimmel, it's the Kind and Free Healthy Look pressed powder. And when I tell you, this powder is flawless. One time I used it to actually set my whole face like how I just did with the loose powders, and it was so smooth. Like, this is the only powder I've seen that does that airbrush look like Charlotte Tilbury. So if you can't afford Charlotte Tilbury and you are in the market for like a smoothing powder, I would highly recommend the Rimmel one. The only annoying thing is that the cover comes off, so that can be a bit annoying in your bag. I wish it did kind of just fold up like a normal powder, but it hasn't come loose in my bag. But I can imagine if you have, I have quite small bags, but if you have like a big bag and it's like jumbling around, I can kind of imagine, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna take the shade Tan, which is my face shade, and just use that to set all over my face, so the rest of the foundation where I didn't use the loose powders. Also, I didn't want to skip this video without mentioning these as well. Juvia's Place came out with liquid eyeshadows, and they're like duochrome, multi-chrome type of vibes. They actually remind me of the Natasha Denona ones that I have, but of course Juvia's Place is a fraction of the price. So I just wanted to show you these quickly. I haven't used them, and I might use, let's use the goldy green one today. I think I want to put it on my inner corner because I don't really want to disturb my lids. But like, how stunning is that? It's like a green, gold, brown type of vibe. Super pretty. So I think I'm gonna scrape some out onto my hand. And this is in the shade Ankara. Take some of it onto a brush and then just press that onto my inner corner. How stunning! Oh my gosh. So if you are in the market for kind of really glittery, glistening, affordable liquid eyeshadows, definitely check out the new Juvia's Place. I'm not sure if they're limited edition because they were part of the Culture palette they came out with, so it could possibly be limited edition. It might not be, I'm not too sure, but definitely check these out, guys. Like, look how stunning and glittery. I bet the camera's not doing it any justice, but in real life, this look. Okay, what is next? I was gonna add more blush because I have two blush things that I've been loving. So first of all, Kaleidos came out with a new collection and there's blushes in the collection. Look how stunning. So these two are my favorite out of the collection. There's also like a bright pink that I've been enjoying, but I didn't bring it to the table for some reason. But yeah, Kaleidos has new blushes if you want to check them out. Beautiful. And the packaging, lace, what? love. And then another blush thing that I've been enjoying, mainly for one shade, so I guess you can just pick up the one shade if you want, is by NARS. It's their Afterglow palette, and it's this gorgeous shade right here. As you guys probably can tell, it's my favorite out of this whole palette. It is the shade Exhibit A, so you can probably just pick up Exhibit A by itself if you do want this color, but I have more than enough blush on today, so we're just gonna let that go. So for my lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with this eye pencil by Nude Sticks, and it's in the shade Terra. So yeah, I'm gonna put that, and it has this warmth terracotta. It is called Terra, isn't it? Yeah, terracotta warmth to it. So taking like a smudger brush and then like really tight underneath my lower lash line, taking the shades that I want. So first I'm gonna start with this color here and almost patting it on so it's not really like blended out, it's just kind of right against the lower lash line. And then taking the darker green and an even thinner brush, getting really close to the lash line and just kind of defining that outer edge. And I've really been loving that look, especially once I get my mascara on and my lashes, like it all just comes together. Okay, so we are nearly done. What I'm gonna do is add some lashes. I got a package from Unicorn Cosmetics recently and they had some lashes in there. So I think I'm gonna use one of these. I'm not too sure. Let me show you a close up. So these are Apple Sours. This one is called Dreamer. And then these ones are called Cherry Top. I'm leaning towards Apple Sours, so I think I'm going to take Apple Sours, apply them, and then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, so lashes are on. How stunning are these? I think they're meant to be half lashes because they weren't super long and I didn't really have to cut anything off. So yeah, these are gorgeous, super voluminous and fluffy. So actually what I'm going to do is go in with bronzer because I totally forgot. HNB Cosmetics bronzer in the shade 6 Medium Golden. I'm not really a bronzer girl like that at the moment. Like I'm not into a super bronzed look. I just do a little dusting of something to add a little shade around the outsides of my face, but I don't really go ham with the cream bronzer and then the bronzer on top like I used to anymore. I just do a gentle bronze, you know, to add a little bit of color and a little bit of dimension, I guess, to my face. So yeah, I'm just dabbing that on, and I don't go super dark with my bronzer anymore. As you guys can see, this is kind of like my skin tone, just a little bit warmer, so I like adding that warmth to my skin tone. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of that on like a thin brush and just drag that down the sides of my nose to contour. And also I've been loving this Colourpop Super Shock highlight in Flute Punch. It's like a nice golden shade. I love the Colourpop formula, but I never had a shade to really suit me, but this is a gorgeous golden. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and give myself a nice little sheeny glow. And I kind of just blend that on top of my blush as well, so the whole cheek kind of glows. Final touches, going in with my beauty spots to cover any recent acne that I had, and this one left a big, not only mountain on my face kind of, but also like a dark mark. So yeah, this one's still kind of healing, so I'm just gonna pop that there. Any other there's no other current spots, I'm surprised. And then last but not least, guys, lips. So I got the new Fenty Beauty lipsticks, and it came with, so it had loads of these little lipsticks, but then it came with one compartment. So I think with these, you're meant to buy the lipstick and the compartment separately, or buy like loads of refills of the lipstick and then fill the refill with your compartment. Fill the compartment with your refill of the shade that you're wearing that day, I'm assuming. But this compartment, to be honest with you, is a little bit hard to maneuver. Like I think once you use it every day, you'll get the hang of it. But me, every time I pick this up, I'm like, because there's a button on top and then there's a twisty thing at the bottom, I'm like, how do I open this again? You basically have to twist the bottom, the lipstick pops out the top, and then you take the lipstick from the top and it's in there. But when you're putting this together, it's like a whole shebang. I'm not even, do you know what, I put one lipstick in here and I'm not even sure how you get it out. Like, how do I change it? I'm not too sure what you push and pull, and because to get it in there, it was a whole process. I'm telling you, I had to follow instructions to put the lipstick inside the compartment, so getting it out, I'm lost. So I'm not a huge fan. I just prefer if the lipstick came with the compartment and then we just call it a day. Do you know what I mean? Not everything needs to be technical. The shade that I've put in here is 8 Major Magnate, which is kind of like a dark brownie nude like that, but I don't think that's the color I want to use today, and I don't know how to get this out of the compartment thingy majingy, so I'm just gonna take the lipstick refill alone. This is in the shade She's a CEO, which is a gorgeous nude. So this is how the lipstick compartment comes, and I believe these are like, they're quite expensive separately. I'm not going to check the price, you can check online if you want to check, but I think these are like 15-16 pounds, and then you buy the compartment for like 12-13 or something pounds, and then you have to put them together. Overall it's quite an expensive thing to buy. I don't know if those numbers are correct, but I remember when I did see the prices I was like, oh, that's quite a lot for a lipstick. But anyway, this is the shade She's a CEO, and this is not even the shade that I was looking for. This one's even darker. This is an even darker brown. This is not the shade I was hoping for. Let me go back to my drawers. Here we go. This is the one that I wanted to use, and this is Pose Queen. So it's more of a lighter warm nude. I'm gonna take my MAC lip liner in Chestnut and just outline my lips. Then I'm gonna take the lipstick from Fenty, which is a really nice formula. They are really like, they glide on really nicely, and pigment is there, really soft and comfortable. But yeah, I just don't really like the whole separate compartment thing, but that's just my preference. But this is the look, guys. Let me quickly throw in my earrings. This foundation is really nice. Like, I haven't even set my face and I can see the glow coming through. Like, can you guys see my skin has this like skin-like glow, natural wear type of vibe. Normally to get this look I would have to like use a setting spray, but I'm looking very nice and dewy. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I definitely loved the Beauty Bay palette, the Juvia's Place liquid eyeshadows, the Fenty Beauty lipstick formula I love, the Rem Beauty cream blusher stick I love, the No. 7 Restore and Renew serum foundation, the Rimmel powder. Like, man, everything I used I loved. But yeah, that is it, guys. Go ahead and let me know all of your thoughts down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Don't forget, if you are a reader, please leave me any book recommendations down below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.